Hello. Oh, wait, hold on. Hi. Welcome in. Hello. Hi. I'm sorry I don't have my nails done up all pretty like I usually would. I am but a broke bitch and nails are expensive to do. But hello. Hi. Hi, Zoro. Hi, Connor. Welcome in. Welcome in. Would you like to have dinner with me? Join me for some dinner of the highest quality Taco Bell in the nation. Thank you, Connor. How are you guys tonight? Oh, Zoro, thank you for the follow. Hope you're chilling. Hope you guys are doing well tonight. I know I'm shooting about the same time I usually would. Late night. Channel points, there we go. I eat spaghetti, let's fucking go! So I gotta eat so I can't say have a fantastic day / night. Oh, thank you! Have a good night as well. It is nighttime here, but have a good night. I hope you have a good eeps. I'm going to clear this away a little bit so that I can eat. It's not a mukbang stream. I will most likely not eat everything that I have here. I'll probably eat like 2 or 3 things. Like I'll have the fries, I'll probably have like a taco and then my burrito, and like the rest is all for like later if I'm still hungry, or even tomorrow. Which I know the controversy of having day old Taco Bell, but fuck it. So this is like, it's not the quesadilla, it's like a stacker, I think is what they call it. Like it's like a little quarter quesadilla. Diablo sauce. I do eat the Diablo sauce. For anyone curious, I do actually enjoy eating it. I don't like having it just by itself. A couple of Dorito tacos, couple potato soft tacos, and then I forget what the fuck it's called, but I call it cheesy beefy burrito with the fiesta strips in it. Do Doritos taco. Sorry, it's a lot of crinkling. I tried to mute my mic earlier when I was pulling it all out. But fuck it, we're eating tonight. When I fuck up, no, they do okay. Usually the Taco Bell that's by me puts like way too much fucking lettuce on there, and then it gets all soggy and gross. 0 out of 10. But if the right person is there when they make it, then it's like just the right amount of lettuce and it's nice. Nice little line of sauce. Yeah, it's already getting saggy. It's been sitting for a little bit though. For anyone that is in the chat and likes Taco Bell, what is your go-to menu items? That's exactly what I wanted. I'm also dressed up kind of nice because I just came in from work and we had like a nicer event going on. So I did have to dress up a little bit nicer than I usually would, but that is okay with me. I still fries? Hell yeah. Fries are definitely one of my favorite ones. Potatoes are always good, I think. I've not ever had a bad potato, thank you. Thank you for the blep, Gerald. Welcome in. Hope you're chilling. Hope you have a nice evening. Come join me for dinner if you'd like. I'm good looking at how to make mountain locomotive models. Ooh. I'm great. I'm having a fantastic dinner and I just got home from work. So we're chilling. We're good. Sorry, that's disgusting. I got Dorito dust on my thumb there. Oh, I don't have my gloves on. I got like a little sneaky of my wrist tattoo. Not that it's anything interesting, and not that you guys would know what it means. Even if you did see it. Ooh. Uh-oh. Did those cut out? What happened? Uh-oh, I think it did. Ever heard of a walk-in taco? Maybe? Sounds familiar. Uh-oh. What happened? Try again. Try again. There we go. Hi. Sorry. The tacos walk now. I think that, I don't know if it's a walk-in taco or walking taco that I've heard of, but it's, basically you take like a Doritos bag or like some sort of chip bag, you cut open the top, you add in all the mixings for tacos, so like your meat, your lettuce, your cheese, your sour cream, whatever the fuck you want to add in there, and it's just like your own bag of technically nachos, but like walking taco, I think. Is that, if maybe I'm thinking of something else? It's basically filling the bag like Doritos and mixing the ingredients. Okay, I was on the same page then. Very nice. I have done that before. Very 10 out of 10. Very yummy. Yeah. Burrito. And then this will be, I'll be like snacking on the fries as well, I guess. Very yummy. Very good. Now the real question, what are some food hot takes you have? Good or bad? Or some like weird food combos that like you think is good, but other people might give you the side eye of like, why are you eating that? In fact, I have a burrito blanket that I wrap my chihuahua up in. Oh, that's so cute. That's adorable, little pup burrito. Amazing. I burrito myself up, but it's not a burrito blanket. It's just a bunch of like fuzzy blankets. Oh yeah, sauce. Sauce is on there. This is not a scam. I actually use the Diablo sauce. Onion rings and sweet and sour sauce, or lemon and grape juice together. Okay. I can see it. I can see it. sort of like sweet and tangy on the onion rings. I can see that working. I'm not sure about the lemon and grape juice. For type of lemonade. I've had like various different like lemonade flavors. I definitely like blueberry lemonade. That one's been really good. Or like I've had lavender lemonade before. That was really nice. I don't know about grape and lemon. I don't see why that wouldn't be bad. Because it's like, I imagine like green grapes where it's like the more tart sort of grape. And I can see that being good. So I don't think that's like horribly outrageous. But I could see why it would give you the side eye. Because the initial thought's kind of weird. If you'd like to know my hot take of food, I guess this isn't really like a hot take. You guys know that like some years ago, the one chip challenge, where it's like this like super crazy hot spicy tortilla chip. It's like a ghost pepper flavored chips. I ate an entire bag of those from the same company. I think it's called Paqui, Paqui. I don't know how to say it, but it's probably something akin to that. I ate the entire bag of the ghost pepper chips in one sitting and did not have any stomach issues later. So I'm very well adept for spicy. However, I don't like spicy and sweet typically. So like the hot chocolate, like the spicy chocolate, don't like those. I do like hot chocolate, like the drink. Hot chocolate is delicious. But food take that some might call hot. I like fries with ranch slightly more than fries with ketchup. I think that's a hot take. I think ketchup is like a pretty staple condiment that people use. I have a hotter take, technically. I just don't like ketchup. To crush them up and make them a thing of Pop Rocks. Yeah. Unless it's Whataburger ketchup. That ketchup is peak. I've never had Whataburger. I don't think there is one in my area. I'm not a big fan of ketchup. I do like, depends on the restaurant, but I like restaurant sauce, which is essentially ketchup mayo with various spices. That's restaurant sauce. So like Chick-fil-A sauce, King sauce, like, you know, like along the lines of, I like restaurant sauce. I just don't like straight ketchup. I feel like it's too sugary and too sweet for my preference. If you ever enter Whataburger territory, I highly recommend. Next time I leave my state for whatever reason, I will look for a Whataburger and try it. We do have Sonic's in my area though. I don't know if that's like a regional thing. I feel like it probably is, right? Like that probably would be. Sonic kind of mid. But we still love the drinks. The drinks are pretty good. I will give you that one. Sonic is okay. It's definitely like what I like to call road trip food, which is you've been driving for hours and hours and you see it on the way. You're like, oh, you know, yeah, that works. Because it's not McDonald's and it's not Burger King. It's slightly better. But like, it works well for like road trip food. Would you eat it normally? Probably not. There's a pineapple mango frosty from Wendy's that tastes good. I can't have pineapple because I'm allergic. But I've been told by a few friends that it is really good, which amazing, fantastic, good for them. I can't have it. I don't know any other people besides in my immediate family that is also allergic to pineapple. And it's very strange. I don't know what exactly with pineapple it is. I've never had just like a straight pineapple, to clarify, but I have had sweet and sour sauce, which is sometimes made with pineapple because like it'll have like little pineapple chunks in it, or pineapple juice. I've also had various orange sodas, so like Fanta, Crush, like that sort of general soda, and it depends on the brand, but I will get the same reaction from drinking certain brands orange soda that I do when I have sweet and sour sauce, which is not horrible. It's very, I guess I would say mild of a reaction, but I don't know how bad it would be if I had actual pineapple. The reaction is that I get like little hives on the roof of my mouth, and I get like kind of like an itchy throat, and that's about it. Like I don't get anaphylaxis, I don't break out into hives, like full body, just like very specific point. So it's very mild, but I do try to avoid it when I can, especially if it's like heavily concentrated doses like the pineapple mango frosties. Or like I will, if able, I will ask or read labels on like sweet and sour sauce if it contains pineapple juice. Tess, don't watch Taco Bell. Oh fuck, you're right, I didn't change anything. Hi Ryan. And Cam Taco Bell. You're so right, bestie. I'm so sorry. I can't spell with one hand, just chatting. Jesus Christ. There we go. Hi. How are you? How was your stream? I was only able to like pop in for a minute because I was still at work. But glad to know that you're back to streaming. I did hear that your mic quality went down. I assume that you're using a headset, not your actual mic anymore. Not sure what happened to that. But I hope you had a good stream. For the meantime, okay. Sounds good, sounds good. It was interesting to hear Moon Mic, not in any other format, but on stream. Don't have a table clamp, so the good mic is hanging out. Ah, wait, does your mic arm not have a clamp on it? I thought it did. Am I remembering wrong? I probably am. Mm-hmm. Have your sorry, mid eating. And see if you can get your friend to send it to you. See if you can mail it out to you. Oh. Already ordered a new one. Fair enough. If it doesn't work, I'll do that. Yeah. But yeah, you get to join me for dinner, which is Taco Bell. I'm not eating all of this at once. I only had one taco my one burrito. I'm just gonna like slowly snack on the fries. But we're chilling. We're chilling. Oh, Connor, if you're still in here. God, I'm so hungry. Eat. Go eat, please. Go eat. Connor, if you're still here, I'm using the Ethernet. So I don't know how stream's been so far. Have good food. Have a good eat. It's been fine for me. There's been no stuttering. No visual stuttering or audio stuttering. No stutter, no buffer. Let's fucking go. Let's go. Sorry. Fantastic. That's really good. And both my roommates are home. Hopefully they're not being impacted too bad. If anything, hopefully like nothing really changed, or like it's a little bit better for them, because I did a smidgen of research. Just a smidgen, just a little bit. And I guess having an Ethernet is actually supposed to help with the Wi-Fi to some degree, not like greatly, not like life-changing, but like it's supposed to take a little bit less off of the Wi-Fi itself so that they can have more of the bandwidth, and I'm just getting like a more direct connection. I don't know how true that is, and I don't know how well it's working currently for them, but I will ask them once I am done streaming. Hi, boss. Back Hotel Gaming. Let's fucking go. It's dinner time because I just got off of work, and this is my dinner. I'm not eating all this. This is being saved for tomorrow, most likely. It'll be going right in the fridge. I mean, why? I had a taco, I had a burrito, and now I'm snacking on some nacho fries. That's plenty. That's like over 1,000 calories. I'm good. But the tacos, they yearn for your belly. Well, they can yearn tomorrow too. That's my other hot take. My other food hot take. I will 100% eat leftover Taco Bell. I think it's just as good eating it a day later. I will also eat day-old pizza cold. I will not heat it. I will not reheat it because I don't like when it's like the chewy crust. I will just eat it too, just cold. Don't understand cold pizza? It's a thing of typically when people like reheat pizza, they throw it in the microwave, and how microwaves function, right, is they're rewarming the water molecules in food. So when you have a thin crust crispy pizza, it makes the thin crust chewy and kind of soggy, and to me that fucking sucks. I used to not like reheat pizza until I experienced the air fryer. See, air fryer is different. That would be good. Or even just like throwing it back in the oven, but the oven would take like way too much time and effort. Air fryer would be good. I do not have an air fryer. I'm limited to only microwave or oven if I want to be extra. But I would rather just eat it cold. I would much rather just have cold pizza than put it in the microwave. And honestly, if you have like the right brand of pizza, it's not bad. It really isn't. The only time that I would microwave leftover pizza is when we get deep dish. Oh, excuse me. If we get deep dish, then that's going back in the microwave because that's already like soft and soggy as it is. So it getting soft and soggy is not a concern because it already is. And we'll only do it for deep dish because that's the only time that's like worth it. Thin crust or even like thick crust, not doing it. Now the real question is, who in the chat likes pickles? Any kind of pickle. But who in the chat likes pickles? This is a judgment-free zone because I like pickles. There's so much dust on here. You're a Pokemon enjoyer, right? Have you downloaded the TCG Pocket? I've thought about it. I've really thought about it. I only like Pokemon in the collecting sense. So I have not. I have not gotten the TCG Pocket. My roommate has it. You can just collect the cards. That's what I've heard too, but I've heard a lot of it is also you do sort of have to battle to like gain points, I guess, to get packs. Maybe I've heard wrong. Like I would strictly only want to collect. I wouldn't want to battle at all. That's the thing. I have a binder, it's behind me, of a national Pokedex of cards. Battling gives you XP when you level up, you get an extra pack. Okay. That's probably what I was understanding. But I don't want to battle. That's the thing. I don't want to battle and fight. It's not that I wouldn't understand it because I've played Magic the Gathering. I've kind of played Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking TCG is fun. I've heard. I have several friends that play it, so it's definitely not popular. Didn't want to play the battle first, but I tried and it's actually fun. Other friends Discord, all of them just collect. Okay. Mayhaps I will look into it. Mayhaps I'll look into it further. Another thing to add to my daily list of shit. I have 2 gachas? Gacha's like a loose term. And then got all the fuller cards. They're so pretty. I have seen pictures of them. I have 2 gachas that I play. One is Food Fantasy. I've been lagging behind. I'm like a week out from like the streak. I try to do the dailies on Food Fantasy. It's a super old gacha. Basically all the characters are food related, so you have like black tea, tiramisu, beggar's chicken, vodka, like all these different food and drinks, mango pudding of characters, and there's like this whole story of you're in this nation that has these food souls is what they're calling them. Yeah, they're very cute. The art is very cute. And basically you're going around cleansing the continent, I guess. I haven't seen anything past like the initial continent that they give you. But you're cleansing the world of these like food anomalies or like these bad food. And it's very cute. It's very straightforward. It does get kinda money beggish, like they try to get you to buy the in-game currency. The Taco Bell, hi alt. You can definitely bypass, like you can definitely free to play Food Fantasy and not have to buy anything at all. Yeah, there's a lot of whaling that goes in there, but like even like in the dailies, like they give you the in-game currency in many different ways. Like if you do food deliveries, if you do the daily missions, if you hit certain objectives, or there's events that go on, like all these different means of getting, I think they're just called crystals. Gotcha stream when? Fuck, I don't know, dude. I don't fucking know. But that's one of the ones I've been playing. The other one I'm playing is I kept seeing ads for it for like a while. It's an otome game, but it's not. And it's like a webtoon, but it's not. Or like an online comic called Tokyo Debunkers. It's like Hogwarts, but it has like way more different houses, and all the super strong guys are all ghouls, which is like not quite vampire, not quite human, really strong human-esque powered people. They don't explain it very well, but the premise is that they're all dudes, by the way, and you're like the main female lead. All these dudes made a pact with the devil or some sort of contract with a demon at some point on what I'm assuming death's door, because they don't explain it very well, but on like some premise that they've exchanged a contract with a demon. You have a good % chance that it won't work and will kill you, but if it doesn't kill you, then you get these insanely powerful powers that can be any sort of ability. It can be healing, it can be attacking, it can be boosting, it can be like whatever the fuck. And essentially you, the main character, were on your way home from a concert on the train. You accidentally run into an anomaly that curses you, and you incidentally run into some of these ghouls that tried to wipe your memory, couldn't because of the anomaly's curse, and took you to this school, and you got enrolled as an honor student so they can keep an eye on you because of this curse and try to figure out how to cure the curse. And you basically go around just like helping each of the different like houses with their issues. It's kind of cool, it's kind of cheesy. There's 2 specific characters I like, and they're very much in line with my type. And I'm not gonna say who. And it's okay. The art is also very cute. The animation is actually live 2D animation, so they have like live 2D models for all the male figures while you're going through the story. So like you'll see them like adjust their pose or make a different face like in like time. It's not just like still images. Unfortunately, I learned this pretty quickly. Unfortunately, the backgrounds that they use for the art in different areas, so like different like halls in the school while you're out in the town, whatever, is unfortunately AI art, which I don't like, but it is what it is. Everything else seems to be original art. I know, that's why I was like, it's so disappointing. But like the comic itself, because there is like a little bit of like a comic aspect into it, like that all seems legit. That seems like it's not AI. All the other assets don't seem to be AI. It just seems to be like the background of some of the areas you walk into are, and it sucks. So I pay no money for it. I do everything free. And then if I get Pokemon TCG, that'll just add to my list of daily shit to do, but that's I don't know, 5 minutes of my time in a 24-hour period, that's nothing. That's whatever. But yeah, if you want to hop on Food Fantasy, you can free to play. And they have a bunch of cute food variant people. My favorite is Black Tea. She's very pretty. And Tiramisu, also very pretty. I forget there's a male character that I like in there too. I'm blanking on his name. Vodka and whiskey are goats. Oh yeah, they're super OP. Super, super strong. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. Food fantasy characters. He just came out too. I say just, but like that could be like 4 years ago. Caviar was the one that I'm like, hi Merc, welcome in. Hi, this is my real life hand. Welcome. You got some of that Baja Blast? I did not. I'm actually not a fan of Baja Blast. My roommate really likes it though. Caviar is one of the male figures that I really like. He looks cool as fuck. Ooh, did you get another skin? Oh, that looks so sick. Women hands, I know, it's crazy. I'm actually like a human being. It's wild. Usually I'd have my nails done and not like naked, but nails are expensive and I am but a broke bitch. So you get my standard regular nails. The streamer is actually human. I can't find. I know. It's okay. The human can't hurt you as I like reach for your soul. You heard her chat, pay for her nails. No, please. Please no. It's like $70+ to get that done. Please no. It's so expensive. Anyway, I have eaten. Nice chill 30 minutes of eating and talking. I am going to toss out trash, so one second. What is my mouse pad? It is actually a rat pad. As I very slowly clean up here any crumbs and shit off my desk. Rat pad. And they got like little squishy fucking wrist rest. So cute, so squishy. Adorable. How wholesome. I know. They're so cute. I love them. I love rats. They're so cute and they're so like misunderstood and underrated because people think they're all like dirty and disgusting, but they're actually so smart and they're actually very clean. They clean themselves more than cats do on a regular basis. And they're super smart. You can teach them all sorts of tricks. They understand a lot of like human language. Like if you talk to them regularly, they will pick up on certain words and understand a string of sentence. They're so charming. I love them. They're adorable. Anyway, diamond painting time. I am... Don't mind my water, please. Thanks. We're going to... take this. That goes over there. We are nearly done. with our diamond painting. It's been a little bit since we've worked on this, but some of you might recognize my little diamond painting that my roommate had gotten me. It is a little witchy black cat. I interestingly didn't pick this. She picked it for me. Very fancy. We've worked on it very slowly from the bottom going up to here. I'm probably going to cut like half of this, and this will be like our little section that we work on. Where is my X-Acto knife? I got my X-Acto knife recently, so I don't have to use my scissors anymore when I'm cutting out the little strip of plastic here. I will also sort of unfurl this because it's been sitting in that box for like a couple months. Question mark? We're just gonna unsquish it out a little bit so it gets a little nice and flat. There we are. Okay, so let's get like here we go. Oh, that's going too high. I don't know if that cut all the way through. It did not! Yippee! Fuck! Get that over there. Let's try that again, shall we? So I don't want to cut through the canvas piece. Okay, I think that works this time. Yeah, that seemed to work. Ugh, okay. Just want to make sure that was actually like cut straight. Straight-ish. Straight enough that it works. That's the important part. I'm actually going to start, I think, going this way. Is that my face? Can't tell. Can't tell if that's my shirt or my face. Who knows? That's the scary part. But I hope everyone is doing well. Definitely. Oh yeah, I definitely need to replace this shit. This is like super dried out, even though it's in that little plastic bag. It is very, very dried out. Hope this doesn't get me like in trouble for having a craft knife on stream. I'm not using it for any bad purpose. Twitch/YouTube/ wherever the fuck. Instaband. Fuck! Well, there goes my 3.5-year streak of streaming. Blacklisted, man. Can't have shit. Give me this. Hear those sirens in the distance, man. I didn't even do anything this time. I do hear my roommates though, so I apologize if you hear them or if it's picking up on the mic there. There you go. Okay. No, those were for me. I'll be back in a week though. Oh, okay, we'll miss you. Bye, boss. It was nice knowing you. Goodbye. Ah, I've made a grave mistake. No, okay, we're flipping this back around. I can read upside down, but the letters are too small for me to actually like do that. Let's see. E 6 3 A F. Okay. So D. I did see a couple B. in there. They're not organized by any particular order. 3. I need 6. And A. Take that one. 6 is back here. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna work on that. We usually save this one for last because it is the majority of the gems, as you can probably tell, and this has a substantial, this had way more in it, but this is a very substantial amount of shit in there. I'm also gonna put my character accurate gloves on for a couple different reasons. One being my tattoo, and the other to be in character. And by character, I mean it's myself. I am just myself on stream, always. There is no character front. I'm sorry to break it to you. The immersion has been broken. Your big titty goth kitty on the internet is actually just herself, but a cat girl instead of a human girl. All done. Alright, so we're gonna start with these. We're gonna start with not dropping those all the way down. Goodbye. Give me that. Can't believe you're actually just normal. Unimaginable. I know, it's crazy. Well, normal's a strong term. I'm pretty fucking weird. I think. Well, you know, that's all relative, right? It is what it is. Put some of these out here. Lurk unstinky time? Have a good unstinky time. Have us a nice warm shower. Be nice and cozy. Oh, I know what I want. I want fucking hot chocolate. Damn it. Whatever. I shall get some post stream. Oh, give me that. You don't want that. Hot chocolate do be sounding pretty good. I know. Oh, not that this would be interesting to any of you. I've been making hot chocolate recently with coffee creamer, which doesn't sound weird in, you know, in like regularity because it's like adding milk to hot chocolate, right? I found specifically a coffee creamer that is sort of flavored like cannoli cream. I have lots of hot chocolate here I need to actually make. Fuck yeah. It's getting to that kind of weather. It's getting like, you know, kind of chilly. Like not too cold, but like a little brisk outside. Yeah, cannoli cream creamer. Made some before with milk. That tasted pretty good. Tasted pretty good. Hey baby, hey baby. I can't read. Hell yeah. I usually prefer milk with hot chocolate. But a lot of the instant hot chocolate reads that you make it with water, which is whatever. I just add milk or milk alternative into my hot chocolate when I make it. We also have because my roommate likes coffee. I don't like coffee, but she does. We have different like coffee flavors or like the syrups for coffee. I've been adding a salted caramel in my hot chocolate occasionally as well, which is also very yummy. 10 out of 10 to recommend. We also have a brown sugar cinnamon, I think is what it is. Besides some whipped cream, that one pretty good with it. Whipped cream is also very staple. Very good staple to have with hot chocolate. I'm like 50-50 on whipped cream. I do like it. But I usually just like let it melt to the point where I would just stir it back into the hot chocolate. So it sort of makes it redundant and just becomes milk again for the hot chocolate. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I would rather just have the milk with it. Marshmallows are also pretty good. And oh, there's a way that I made hot chocolate before I had moved in with my roommates. And I still kind of make it now. It just sort of depends on what flavor profile I'm looking for. But I would make hot chocolate with a little bit of vanilla extract and cinnamon sugar. And that was always quite nice. Or sometimes nutmeg as well. And that was always very nice and cozy. Well, yeah. I'm trying to think of like other things to talk about. I don't have a lot of topics on hand, which is unfortunately why I don't do a lot of hand cam streams, because it is just a yapathon primarily. But I'm not much of a yapper. I don't talk a lot in my day-to-day life. Because I don't really have a need to, or a want to. As much as people say that I have a nice voice, I don't use it very much. I also can't see what the fuck I'm doing. Ah, oh fuck. No, okay. You get over there. You can see my mic's reflection in the plastic up here. You do have a nice voice, so Yapathon is a good event. That's the thing! People tell me I have a nice voice, which I appreciate. It's very kind. I don't yap. I am not known. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm not known to be a yapper. I was very quiet as a child. For multiple reasons. Not great reasons. So I won't delve into that. But just generally I was very quiet as a kid. Like I spoke very quietly, or I didn't really talk a whole lot. I wasn't mute by any means, but like I just spoke very, very softly, very quietly. And I eventually learned to speak up a little bit. Still generally very quiet compared to most people. But it's something. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, I'll be honest. But I don't talk a whole lot. But streaming has given me a reason to talk more, and it's actually improved my voice, generally speaking, because before I wouldn't be able to talk for very long. I would only do like a couple hour streams before my voice would start really giving out, like pretty badly. Same here, I yap a lot now because of stream. Yeah, I don't think I would still consider myself yapping a lot. But it definitely has improved. I've been able to speak longer, like for more time, without my voice getting completely shot. So that's something. Right there. But yeah, I don't know what to talk about. I'm sorry. It's also why I haven't done the hand cam streams. It's because I don't talk a lot. I don't know what the fuck's going on out there. I apologize if you hear them. My door's shut, right? Like, yeah, my door's shut. Okay. Promise I'll be using the larger grabby sticky end once I get into the dark, this big bag, just because I don't know, a lot of these like little areas, singular areas are not very large, and they only have a couple per section. I'm still trying to figure out where my cutoff is. I guess that's there too. Yep. How far up does this go? How far up did I cut this piece? Oh, I think that is my cutoff right there. Okay, that's my cutoff. Same reason that I stopped doing the Place of Plastic Duck streams, because you don't watch a whole lot with that. It is primarily just the ducks that just swim around. They're cute. They don't do a whole lot though. And if I don't talk while playing that game, then it's very quiet and not entertaining, question mark? Not by like a normal standard at least. Ducks, I know. They came out with another DLC recently. It's like High Top or High Rooftop, something similar to that. You're on like the penthouse of some sort of apartment. And it's very nice, very fancy. And they came out with more ducks. So we definitely have the means and the reason to stream it for more ducks, but don't have the yappage to warrant the stream. Okay, try to make sure the what I have currently placed down, I'm not missing any. Also going to hope that I didn't place any wrong. Okay, there's a couple in the hat still. There's a couple on the sides. Oh, how's the music, by the way? Is it too quiet? Is it loud enough? I have it on the quieter end. But hopefully it's okay. I like it at this volume. Okay, that's good. It's definitely a little quieter, but it's meant to be like really chill. So I wasn't wanting it to be loud. Ow. Sorry, I'm dyslexic and sometimes the 6s look like a 5. And I can't tell until I look at it up close. And then I get nervous that I fucked up the diamond painting because I put something in the wrong spot. Not that you guys have to worry about it, because you guys aren't like going to be receiving this or anything. That's just my own like worry of like, did I fuck up? I feel like I fucked up somewhere. Running the fuck out of that? Hell yeah. Try. Right there. And right there. Like, I don't want to start like shrimping and like leaning down, but I might have to. Me leaning down did not help any. In fact, there's more glare actually. It's fine. It's fine. I can move it around. See it a little bit better though. Is there anything that is like there's another couple. There we go. Like there's another couple over here. What the fuck are they? Well, I'm definitely gonna need more. But yeah, how's your guys' day been? How's your weekends been? Are you excited for Thanksgiving? Etc. etc. I don't have to cook this year at all. I'm so happy. Let's go! Cooking's very stressful for Thanksgiving. From my own recollection. I haven't had to cook for Thanksgiving, thankfully, but I can definitely understand, and I've seen it is very stressful and slightly chaotic. Not too bad. I only have one day of work next week, which is nice. Hell yeah. Get that Thanksgiving break. Very nice, very nice. It's like I saw another couple that were over here. I need to check for that. Nope, then we're good. It's in the clear. It's not being blocked by anything. Yeah, so I'll be, I do have to work Thanksgiving week, not on the day of. We are not open that day for where I work. But I will be visiting family, specifically my dad. And we don't do very big Thanksgivings. We don't eat a whole lot. So I think, yeah, it's good. It's not bad at all. I think we're making like a small turkey, or just like just the turkey breast, like a large turkey breast. Some sides like green bean casserole, potatoes. He's gonna have what he lovingly calls cranberry space goo, which is the jellied cranberry sauce. I cannot stand it, but that is all for him. He can have as much as he wants. Ambrosia salad, which I've learned is not a commonly known thing. It's essentially a fruit salad, which is quite nice. It has like cherries, oranges. Usually it's made with pineapple, but we make the exception of no pineapple. Sometimes strawberries and other berries with I don't remember if it's mayo or sour cream. I'm going to assume that it might be sour cream, but it's actually not bad. It's very sweet for the most part. And the sour cream just kind of adds like a little tanginess to it, so I don't mind it. I usually don't like sour cream, but that is like the exception I'll make for it. And it's quite nice. It's actually quite refreshing and nice to have after you have like such a heavy meal of like turkey, potatoes, bread, stuffing, green bean casserole, like all like the heavy shit. It's very nice and refreshing and relatively light, so it's quite nice. But I don't know if any other places do that besides my own like family and household. I've not heard it from any other people, and even when I told my roommates about it and they joined us for a Thanksgiving a couple times, even they were like, what the fuck is that? They liked it, but you're just like, huh, what is that? I think that is all of this. So I'm gonna put that back. We're gonna start with all the threes. So the vast majority is all of the actual black. We're gonna work on the things that are not just black. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And I get to see my other cat, who I unfortunately was not able to take with me because she is very old. Her name is Princess. She's such a sweetheart. She's a Maine Coon mix. She is getting quite old, though. I think she is in her 20s by this point, or very close to it. And she's lived a very long, happy life. We've taken great care of her. My dad continues to take good care of her. And unfortunately, I believe last year, or 2 years ago, I don't remember the exact time, but her brother, dubbed Mr. Kitty, unfortunately had to be put down because he just couldn't anymore. He was definitely not having a quality life in his state, so we had to make the decision to say goodbye. That was quite difficult, but she's doing okay. Last I heard, she is thriving. Besides, like her age showing. She's always had hip problems, but she doesn't seem to be in any pain or any like discomfort, which is very good. And I can't wait to see her. I miss her. Sorry to hear it. That's okay. It definitely was a while ago, but I do have Mr. Kitty's collar. It is on my little altar. I am Wiccan. It is on my altar. I use Wiccan loosely. I kind of interchangeably use Wiccan, pagan. But I do have a prayer altar. This collar does sit on it. Along with why am I blanking on the word? Necklace. Jesus Christ, there's a necklace from my grandmother. That also sits up there. Very treasured items sit up there. Trying to think like what else is on that. I believe there is, with the necklace, there's a Claddagh ring, and for anyone that doesn't know what a Claddagh ring is, it's an Irish heritage ring. And it looks like kind of looks like this, like hearts, a pair of hands clasped into a heart like this, and it has like a little crown that would be up here. Symbolism being relation status, and depending on what hand you wear it on and what way the heart is facing, it determines your relation status. Ooh, that's way too many. I don't wear one just because the ring doesn't fit me. To be perfectly blunt, it's a little too small. I could wear it on like my pinky, but that is not the intended finger for it to be worn on. And so I do not wear it. I'm also very scared to lose it. I also don't wear it for that purpose. But it's a very pretty ring, so just like a very simple gold ring. I believe there's like one either silver or very light pink crystal in the crown portion of it. So very treasured items go on that altar, and most likely, unfortunately, our pets do not live forever. When Princess inevitably does pass, I will most likely add her collar to it as well. Hopefully it is not anytime soon. Damn it, I missed one. Fuck. I hope she lives a very, very long, happy, healthy life. I hope she breaks a world record of longest living cat. I think the current record is like 33 years old. I could be wrong. I know it's definitely close to 30. If someone wants to fact check me on that one. We don't fact check around here? Yes, we do. What the fuck you mean we don't? We most certainly do. Excuse you. Follow blindly why would a cat girl on the internet lie to us? It's not that I'm lying, it's that I want to make sure I'm giving you the correct information. I'm not maliciously and purposefully lying. Misinformation? No! Not misinformation. No. I'm a very honest cat, I promise. Almost honest to a fault, which is strange. I have a filter, I do know that much, but you know, more often than not, just tell you very bluntly information if you ask me something. Come on, I want to get like a clean line here. There we go. You're a good person, that's why. 10 out of 10 cat. Well, sometimes, you know, people don't want to hear the truth because the truth hurts. But I will tell you it anyway. I'll try to sugarcoat it, I'll try to be nice about it. But you're getting that truth one way or another. The only time I will not give the truth and more or less just not answer is if it is something that is too personal. Where I will give a vague answer that is still true, just not the full answer. Truth is, I eat all of my Taco Bell order at once. And it's usually like 2 boxes and extra stuff. God damn. My little calorie counting ass could not, as much as I would like to, I cannot, because I do have unfortunate restraint in regards to all that. Could I? Yes. Do I want to? Absolutely. Do I limit myself? Unfortunately. I unfortunately do. I used to do that though, before I started my... I don't like calling it a diet because it makes it sound like so serious. But technically that is what that would be, is a diet of basically just watching what I eat. I still eat whatever I want, just, you know, in better moderation. So I will count calories and I will keep track of what I eat. I fucking missed a whole section there, and that's very nice. I have not eaten a lot today, so that's why I can sort of eat more than I normally would. However, there is but a limit still. But you did eat it, so yippee, I did eat it. Very yippee. That's the other problem I have, is that I don't eat a lot. I never really have. That's always been just like a thing, I just never really ate a lot, generally. Not for any particular reason. Just wouldn't feel hungry. But also, like, watching what I'm eating and kind of seeing like, oh, like I have a lot more leeway than I would have initially thought, and like, oh, I can treat myself and have a little snack, have some extra chips, or like, you know, a small little treat of something somewhere. I swear I saw another 3. Those are 5s. Fuck. Can't fucking read. I did eat it. Those are 2s. Fuck, okay, I did see another 3. Those are 2s, those are 2s. That's above my cutoff. That's a 3. Yeah, I'm seeing a whole bunch of 6s staring at me in the face now that I've already put the 6 away. That's always nice, I guess. Ah! So, here... There's like a couple 6s up here. There's like 1 right there. I think that's it. I think that's it for my 3s though. Taking the 6 back out. I don't need nearly that many. But it's fine. That's there. This right there. A little line of 3. That's a 3. Fuck. There. It's like there's a solo by itself that I saw somewhere. All the joys of being dyslexic and having to read small print. It's actually kind of why I like the symbol ones more. The ones that have like little symbols instead of letters or numbers. The letters and numbers get too confusing too quickly. But the symbol ones are friends. Symbols can be read. Fuck, where's that 3? There it is. That's above my cutout. I think that was it. I think that was it for the 1-3 that I saw. The rest are other. Come on. Here we go. Okay. Sensing a good amount of A and H. Where's H? I'll get that up too. I guess while we're here and we got the hand cam going, is there anything you guys would like to see me do on the hand cam in particular? I've mentioned before I've debated doing a hand cam stream with my gigantic National Pokedex of cards. It is a binder that is like this thick, legitimately. It is huge. Gacha pulls live. Do you mean card pulls? Card pulls live? But for real show cards? Yeah. Yeah, debating that one, so that might be a next time we do hand cam. I did recently see, I'm like very 50-50 on this because I've since pretty much stopped playing Magic the Gathering, but I might get back into it again. Someone was actually teaching how to play Magic the Gathering on stream. So thank you for head pats. But they were doing Commander. I don't like Commander. Commander's kind of yucky stinky for me, but I will do like standard modern. Coming back for Benuis, I understand. The Benuis are very cute. They have like a whole they did a whole set with like woodland creatures, so there's like chipmunks and bears and bunnies, and it's all really cute. I don't know what the last set I played was. It might have been Kamigawa. I think it was before the Kamigawa remake, actually. Now I'm thinking about, oh fuck. No! Quickly go to a different spot that is where you should be. I famously have a very silly rat deck that kind of breaks the rules, kind of doesn't break the rules of Magic the Gathering. Typically, for most card games, you have a limited number of duplicates that you can put in a deck for a card. Last time I played seriously was the end of Phyrexian Block. Oh, fuck. No idea how Magic works, that'd be cool to see. It's, the predecessor to a lot of card games, so like Pokemon has some roots in Magic the Gathering. Yu-Gi-Oh has some roots of Magic the Gathering. Any big like fighting TCG game has origin and has borrowed some concept from Magic, so you definitely would pick up on it pretty quickly if you've played other card games like Pokemon. And the reason I stopped playing wasn't for anything in particular, just sort of like got bored of it. Potential like a little bit of burnout. But I have a silly rat deck. The minimum number of cards for Magic the Gathering as a standard deck, like a normal deck, not any other like variant, is 60 cards. Which I know sounds like a lot. There is a reason for it. You can actually get through it pretty quickly if you have 60 or less cards. Optimally, right, for like card draw ratio and shit like that, you want to keep it around 60, preferably at 60 if you can help it, but getting like 61, 62 isn't gonna like super severely impact you if you know what you're doing, right? For other formats such as Commander or EDH, that is a 100 card deck, which sounds even more, but the stipulation with that one is that they're all single cards. You do not have duplicates of cards. There are 100 individual cards, and you have one commander amongst those that you would have off to your side. Your commander is any character card, which they call planeswalkers, or very specific other cards, because they make sets and pre-built decks for them that you can just buy. And the commander will be the sort of face card on the packaging. So there's that. I don't like Commander. The games take fucking forever, in my opinion. Every Commander game that I've played has been over an hour long. Over 1 hour long for one session match. And it's basically a pissing contest of who can do their big finisher move first. And it's not for me. I have no fun in it, personally. Sounds a little excessive. It's a smidgen. Again, it's not for me. I know plenty of people that do like Commander for various reasons. It definitely is very creative. You definitely have to take into a lot of consideration of like what cards you want in your deck for like synergy purpose, and if you do it competitively, right, what things would be good up against certain other types of decks. So it is like an interesting challenge of how well can you build a deck. So I will give it that. I personally like playing Modern or Standard, specifically Modern, because that branch is anything from, I believe, 2006 to current day. You're thinking, Lucy, that sounds like a lot of cards. It is. This game came out in like 1980 something, right around the time where Dungeons and Dragons was created. I think actually before that. Technically, not by like a lot, like maybe a year or two, but like they're old. They're very classic old games. So I think from 2006 to current is Modern. Standard is the most current block of sets. I believe one block is usually 3. So I think it's the most recent 2 or 3 blocks. So most recent 6 to 9 sets are standard. Those typically get very expensive because they're very meta bound. I've been going down the rabbit hole watching people open older Magic sets, chasing cards. Oh my god. Oh, those get so expensive so quickly. Like, I imagine like one old pack is easily hundreds of dollars. I would not second guess that a moment. Yeah, okay. Yeah, like 100% I would assume the older packs easily are hundreds of dollars just for a single pack. But understandably, the chaser cards are worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. They do box breaks where people buy in. It's like 3 or 4. Oh my god. That's insane. I could never. It's so expensive. But I understand why. Because some of these older cards, these were back in the day where they didn't have, like, the rulings were different and they didn't understand how broken some cards would be, because when they were testing them for, you know, marketing purpose, right, they were used sparingly. And I say sparingly as like a loose term. There are cards in like alpha and beta Magic sets, which is what they're called. It's just alpha and beta, where you can skip someone's entire turn. Like the entire turn. They don't get their turn. You go through 2 full turns from startup to end. Twice. That's insane. The older cards do look really cool though. I do like some of the older art on cards. There is the infamous Black Lotus, which is quite literally worth its weight in gold, which is thousands of dollars. All it does is give you 3 colorless mana. Mana is the source that you use to pay for cards to play the cards. Sort of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where the star cost is what you have to pay to play the monster. And you're thinking, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it was. Colorless meant that you could put it anywhere. As long as it wasn't like an already pre-designated color on the card. So that's just 3 free mana for the whopping cost of 0. I believe it is a 0 cost card, which means you could play it for free, and it just gives you 3 mana, or it might be like a cost of 1. Something very cheap and very, very broken. And there are other versions of it too, where there's a blacker lotus. There's like a crystalline lotus. Something very similar, where they do similar things, they're just not as strong. The cost might be more to play the card, or they only give limited resources. Instead of like 3 colorless, it might be like, oh, you get 3 black, or 3 white, or 3 whatever color. I saw something. I don't know much about Magic, but I heard they may do a Final Fantasy crossover. If they do, I'm just gonna buy a box of that. They do a lot of crossovers quite frequently. They did have a Godzilla crossover at one point. That one was really cool. Trying to think. They've definitely done a good handful of crossovers, and they were quite interesting. I think they did a Doctor Who. They did a Junji Ito collection, so they have re-skins of cards with like Junji Ito art, which is, I really want those. Yeah, it is confirmed that they're doing a Final Fantasy crossover. Yeah, like the one that tells me to rip up the card. Yeah, well, that's one of the joke sets, but yes. When? Oh, this was like years ago. I couldn't give you like an actual answer. You can look up MTG Godzilla, and you will definitely see like Godzilla, Mothra, Mecha Godzilla, a couple other of the kaijus, and they all had their variants basically, and they ran for like appropriately tens to hundreds of dollars. My friend got me the Junji Ito ones for my birthday. Oh, that's so sweet. I'm a little jealous because I have my whole Junji Ito book collection, but that's just me. But yeah, they do a bunch of crossovers, and they also do, I don't want to say like alternative to crossover, because they've made things that are akin to other media. So like they've made a Hogwarts set, but it was a very specific thing. Like it wasn't actually Hogwarts, it wasn't tied to Harry Potter. It was their own wizarding school, based on sort of the in-game lore factions of Magic the Gathering. It was interesting. It's called Strixhaven. I'll be buying some Godzilla cards at a later date. Hell yeah, dude. They look really cool, and the concept that they were part of, which is a very unique keyword. Magic functions very much off of keywords and abilities. The keywords that they worked off of were mutations, which you would take a card, you can mutate it by stacking other cards and paying their cost under that card, and they would gain these new abilities. So you can have like Godzilla mutate, and then you could stick Mothra under there and give it flying. You could stick Mecha Godzilla in there to give it indestructible, shit like that. And it was really, really cool, but it was very weird to play around because you had to sort of rely on like making sure that you got the creature, which is what they're called in Magic, is creatures, the creature that you wanted to be the base, and then you just sort of worked off of that. I believe my roommate has a couple of the Godzilla cards. She's a very, very big fan of Godzilla. But yeah, Magic in itself is quite interesting. The only big downside is it's controlled Oh fuck, that was the wrong space. It's controlled by Wizards of the Coast. It is originally by Wizards of the Coast. And everyone knows the deal with WotC. Check art channel and Discord. Oh. Oh, one moment. I'm using my left hand. This feels very strange. Ooh, art channel. Oh, very pretty. Starry Night Godzilla. Very nice. I need my right hand to see what the fuck I'm doing here. There we go. Very nice. That's also like really well done too. I didn't notice the Godzilla immediately until I looked just a little bit harder. It looks really cool. They have a Kiryu card I need. Yeah, they have a lot of like the big name kaijus. Magic also has a story behind it, like an actual like story. They've made comic books for it for forever, like since the game came out. Basically, they've made comics for it. So you can follow the lore of the characters of Magic the Gathering. They're called planeswalkers. They walk across different planes of existence. That's the gimmick. You, the player, are also a planeswalker, and your deck is more or less your book of spells. I'm gonna be real, I don't remember the actual canonical term that they use to call your deck besides deck. That could just be it. But you have your deck of cards, of your 60 plus cards, depending on what format you're playing, to fight other planeswalkers for what I'm assuming is bragging rights. They don't really give you at least that I'm not aware of. They don't tell you why you're fighting other planeswalkers in your planes of existence. Library, thank you. I played Ravnica D&D. Yep, that's where it came from. That would be Magic. Strixhaven is also one that they did like a D&D crossover. They also just have a general D&D crossover for Magic the Gathering, because I have a bunch of gelatinous cubes as cards, and I love them. They're very well worked library. But yes, you have your library of spells that you're fighting your opponents with. There are 5 main colors that you play with. It is blue, black, red, green, and white. You can have combos of colors. They all have their different names. Most of the dual pair combos are certain factions. They are related to, interestingly, Ravnica and the different city factions that are there. My favorite combos are usually Orzhov, which is black and white, and Selesnya, I believe, is green and white. The names don't really matter, I'm just giving an example. However, there are names for the 3-color combo, there's a name for 4-color combos, and then rainbow is just all of them. I also say there are 5 asterisk colors because technically colorless is a color. And it also used to be called its own color back in the day. and then it got changed to colorless. It used to just be called brown because the cards themselves would just be brown instead of black, white, red, blue, or green. They've since changed that. They look more gray, sort of like a silvery color, and they just call them colorless. And it's more or less an elemental affinity towards the color or the card. So red is usually fire. That's what the little symbol looks like. It's like a little fire swirl thing. Green is nature, so it has like a little tree blossom blooming. White is light, which it has a sun. Blue is water, so it looks like a teardrop or like a water drop. And then black is it's weird to describe, but basically it's a lot of like dark and necrotic energy. So there's a lot of undead or things that you would typically see in like dark places, or questionable things like rats you find in dark alleys, zombies, skeletons, whatever the fuck. And the symbol is like a little skull. I'm just going on a tangent about magic, so I guess that's the stream now. The colors themselves don't really mean a whole lot. There are types of decks that revolve around their playstyles, and each color has a somewhat unique playstyle to them. They can always be modified, of course, because different cards have different synergy and they work around both the color and the color combinations and whatever set they came from, blah blah blah. You have to start taking notes. When we do like an actual stream about it, then you can start taking notes. I'm just talking to talk about shit. You can tell me to shut up whenever you'd like me to shut up about it. But essentially, the library that you have is your book of spells. Spells cost something, so you have to have a resource to pay the cost. It is not your life, though sometimes it is, but we're just gonna keep to like the very basic things. Cards cost mana, or mana, however the fuck you want to say that. I say mana because that's how I was taught. You pay the mana cost with land. More of an Esper girly? True. So true, bestie. You pay mana cost with land. That is what it's called, is land. The land will represent some sort of landscape. So blue typically has islands. Red has mountains. Green has forest. White has plains. And black has swamps. There are a variety of different color combinations, of course. So that you have fancy lands, which can be any combination of those. So if you have, I don't know, like a forest and a swamp, it could be it will be still called a forest and a swamp. It'll just have like a fancier name to it in like the actual like name description of it. Or, you know, something with a mountain and an island. And basically the color of the card is the kind of mana that you have to pay for it. So if the card has a payment cost of let's go for the example, white 2, you need one white, and 2 of anything. So the general cost is 4, you need 2 white and 2 whatever. That is to get it onto the field, onto your playing ground. Past that, it will have stats on it, it will have a name on it, and it will have most likely abilities on it. Some of the abilities you also have to pay for. Sometimes you don't, sometimes they're there for free and they just have them by default. The abilities you have to pay for, you pay for them in the same way that you would to bring them out onto the field. You pay the cost. The cost could be quite literally anything. It could be that you tap the card or you turn the card to activate it. It could be that you pay another mana cost. It could be that you sacrifice a card. It could be that you sacrifice your own health. It could be a lot of things, and they all have their different purposes. That is the general, like, vaguest gist I can give of the game. In current, the thing is that you have 20 life. So a lot of people will use d20s, or specifically special d20s that are called spin down d20s, to keep track of their life. So you would just take a d20 and just rotate it to whatever number your life is currently at. You can go above 20, and if your health were to hit 0 or less, or your library were to run out of cards, you lose and you die. Obviously you win if you achieve that, but to the other person that you're fighting against, there are also various abilities that will have other win conditions for you. I won't go into those currently because that's just like a lot of side nonsense that doesn't pertain to anything real at the moment. But there is a variety of things that you can do with magic. You can get very silly, very goofy, very quickly. I think that's what a lot of people enjoy about it, is that you have such a wide variety of options to play around with. Like I was mentioning earlier, I have a rat deck. Typically, the maximum amount of copies that you can have for a card, not including basic land, is 4. You can have 4 copies, or up to 4 copies of a card in your deck. My rat deck makes special use of a rule that is printed on the cards themselves, saying that you can have more than the maximum number of copies of this card in the deck. In fact, it says you can have as many copies of this card in the deck above the maximum number of copies. It's called Rat Colony. You can look it up right now. Jacoby, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Hope you have a good time. I'm just yapping about Magic the Gathering and some basic rules about it, as we do some diamond painting. But yeah, if you look up Rat Colony, Magic the Gathering, it is I believe it's a 2 cost, 1 black, 1 whatever, and it is a 2/2, which is 2 attack, 2 defense, and on it just says that you can have as many copies of this card as you want. I have 37, I think, copies of that card in the rat deck. I don't remember the exact number. I can look it up. I'm choosing not to. I could also go grab it. I'm also choosing to not do that. I do have other ones that are like Pack Rat and I'm blanking on the name, but like some sort of mimic where like it can copy the creature type of a card of your choice. So it works well with rats, it just becomes a rat. So I believe Pack Rat's ability is that however many rats you have on the field, it gains power and toughness, which is attack and defense, of however many rats you have on the field. So it gets really big really fast. Especially if I have 37 copies of the same card on the field. You see where this is going? I hope so. I think that's of those. So I need like C, CDF, a couple various other numbers in there. Rat gaming, hell yeah. Bus knows my rat deck. Bus knows my rat deck very well. He's had the pleasure of fighting against it. Looks like Ghidorah is the most expensive. That would make sense. I think Ghidorah was like one of the more broken ones. 60 for the foil? Oh, really? It's definitely dropped since it came out, but it's definitely still up there. I remember, I think when it was initially out, it was like 200 or like 150. Something, excuse me, something crazy expensive. Yeah, prices have definitely died off. Again, it's also like an older set that it was released with. Second is Mothra in the 40s. Makes sense, makes sense. I don't collect magic cards like I do Pokemon, because I don't see the point in doing so. Like comparatively, like Pokemon, like I can make a Pokedex with it, right? Like that is sort of the premise of Pokemon. You want to collect them all. I never got to figure or like the same train of thought for Magic. The only really collecting I would do is just for like cards I would like for whatever reason. So like the rats, I love rats, and I have a rat deck, so that is why I have one. I also have Shin Godzilla at 16. Yeah, they super dropped. I also have a cat deck, which is a green and white deck. It functions very differently than the rat deck. I've made quite a variety of different decks since when I first started playing till I'm gonna say a couple years ago is kind of when I stopped playing. Or like started like weaning off playing. So I've definitely made a variety. I've made actually I have not made every color deck. Yeah, all the Godzilla cards are reskinned normal cards. Yeah, basically. They function the same, they're just renamed, and they work the same as they did in their original counterparts. But they're just reskinned cards. That's what a lot of the collab cards end up being, is just reskinned of original cards. And they're just now like themed for what it is. Which is cool and all. Like you just, you know, repurposing things to make them relevant again, which is whatever. Can I look at all the foils and put them in a frame together? Hell yeah, dude. I do know people that do that actually, where they take like a set of cards. Not frame, but like they'll take like a 3x3 binder page of cards and make like a designated set page for them. So it's definitely achievable. I was going back of, I was going to say that I've made every color deck possible. That is not true. I have not made, or rather not owned, a red deck. For whatever reason, I just never did. It's not that it's a bad color, it's not even like a bad color to play. It's actually highly competitive. I think that's probably why though, is I'm just not a competitive person, and it's a very competitive deck. That's most likely the reason that I did not ever really play it. I did sort of stick to my favorite colors, which is white, green, and black. What do you mean rats are tier 0? Your meta? I would be so shocked if there's like an actual meta rat deck that is going around right now for modern or even standard. I would be baffled. Absolutely gobsmacked if that was like real. Like I so seriously doubt that. Oh fuck, where'd that go? I'd so seriously doubt. No, that's not where you go. Fuck. Keep going. Fuck. There we go. You can sit right there where you're supposed to be. Bus, if you can prove that that's a current tier, not even tier 0, just like a tiered competitive deck, like right now, you get one free redeem, I guess, of your choice. I don't even know what to give you. I don't even. You can literally Google it. What do you mean? You don't have to know shit. You can just Google it. That's the beauty of it. You can just look it up. We have the internet literally in the palms of our hands. Mine's sitting over there, tracking my face, but literally in the palms of your hands. Oh, we're finally getting into like some of the other colors I haven't really used yet. I need that. Need that, need that. Definitely see some 5s. Definitely see some L's. Do I have any 1s? I have like A1 singular. E. I have a couple C's. Definitely see some 4 and 7. So we're gonna pull those out for a little bit. I found a red black rat deck. Oh, it's draft. Ew, it's draft. Ew. I prefer them on tap. That was a bad joke, I'm sorry. Fucking yep. There it is. I'm like, do I want to pull out 5? But yeah, I made a variety of decks. The only other one I really haven't made truly purposefully is blue. Because the blue deck that I have is first off not modern. It is technically vintage. Because it uses some very, very old cards that are not in modern legality. Part 1, part 2. It doesn't play like a standard blue deck, which is why I don't call it a blue deck. It plays like green. Which for anyone that's learning, what the fuck does that mean? Well, the colors have their own play styles, like I was mentioning earlier. Red typically plays very, very quickly. Sort of like the glass cannon. They hit hard and they hit fast. but their things are generally weaker until they are able to build up something much stronger. But usually they don't even need to hit that point. They can just kill you very quickly. White typically goes around with flying creatures and healing / defense. So you will encounter a lot of things that will fly, a lot of things that have like healing buffs or grants additional attack or defense to your creatures in white. Green is more of a slow build. They will build up their power kind of slowly over time, and then you'll fight this big giant scary creature if you are not able to kill your opponent fast enough, or they will most definitely crush you. Blue has a lot of, how would I say it? They have a lot of spells that are like actual spells, and by that I mean they have a lot of manipulation involved in their deck. So they will do like card searching, do card thinning. They will have ways to counter what you're playing. They'll have like bounce back, or they'll have negates to sort of stall you from what the opponent you are doing. Along with very aquatic creatures typically. So they'll have like mermaids and fish types, sharks, krakens, things like that of aquatic nature. And then black, like I mentioned earlier, is a lot of these like undead creatures. Yes, the fuck you color, as a lot of people like to designate it, is go fuck yourself. A lot of people will actually stop playing the game if they see their opponent has a blue deck, and they will just auto forfeit, which is quite funny. And then black has mostly undead. They do a lot of burial tactics. Mono black Vamps is a good one. It is a quite good one. But they will mess with your graveyard, which is where your creatures go when they die. They can do revives, or they will have effects that are active while they're in the graveyard. Obviously, they don't strictly adhere to these rules. There are red creatures that fly. There are green creatures that heal or give buffs. There are black creatures that, you know, are like these gigantic scary monsters. So they're not strictly adhered to each color. But that is what they're typically known for. And going back to my purpose of my blue deck runs like a green deck, it is a very slow build to very big creatures that will go om nom nom and kill you within ideally a couple turns. They will do all 20 or more of your life in the first 4 turns, if it plays out ideally. There is one particular creature called Trench Gorger in my deck, and what it does is I can remove as much land as I want from my deck, exile it, which means it is put out of play. You cannot retrieve them, you cannot revive them from the grave. They're permanently out of play for that round. And for however many lands that I have exiled or banished, whatever the fuck you want to call it, it gets a +2/+2, so +2 defense, +2 attack for every land that I have removed in this way. It initially starts out, I believe, I haven't looked at it in a while, but I believe it's a 7/7. And I have probably roughly 20 land in that deck. if I have enough that I can play on the field to get it out, it can very easily become a like 30 something and kill you in one turn if you do not block it. Obviously that's the, like, you know, like in the perfect run, I have other cards that would help me get mana faster. I would have things that would stall you so that you can't try to counter it or try to block it very as well, etc, etc. I've only been able to play like 2 or 3 perfect games out of like the dozens and dozens of games that I've had to like fully perfectly execute that and just like completely obliterate my opponent in that format. It's really funny. And people are very skeptical when I say that it doesn't play like how they think it would. And then they see it and they're like, oh fuck, you're right. I'm trying to think of the other decks that I have. The very first deck I ever made is a white spirit token deck. Tokens are basically just like additional creatures that just don't sit in your deck. They can just be spawned in, so they don't cloud your deck with extra cards. They're just extras, but they still function in the same way that normal creatures would. And it has been my pride and joy and has been polished along the way since I had it in high school. It runs pretty quickly. It's definitely on the faster end. I have many ways of getting spirit tokens out. I have actual other spirits in the deck. And if played correctly, I can flood my board. You have unlimited space, which is interesting. You can have as many creatures as you want. You can have as many lands as you want on the board at one time. If played out correctly, I can get a bunch of flying tokens on the board and potentially kill you within 5 turns. If played ideally. They are generally 1/1s, which means that they have 1 attack, 1 defense. The issue that people have is there's not a lot of things that block flying except for other flying creatures, or another ability called Reach, which is literally you stick your hand up and you swat them out the sky. Most things are on the ground. There are very few that are not on the ground. That one has definitely a much higher success rate, as again, a lot of people don't know how to combat things that fly. And unless they have other removal spells, so like things that would just like directly target, beat up my spirits, they're quite difficult to deal with. I have a cat deck like I mentioned earlier. It is green and white. It is similar to the spirit deck where I would get a horde of different cats, but the end goal is actually to get a specific card, or one of 2 specific cards. One is a planeswalker called Ajani, who is like a giant white lion man, and the other being Brimaz, King of Oreskos? I don't quite remember. I'm doing this all based off memory and I don't remember what some cards are. I couldn't even tell you what Johnny was in my fucking deck. I want to say it's Lion Mane, but I could be wrong. They function in a similar format where depending on how many cats I have on my field, Brimaz gets stronger, and when he attacks or when he defends, he gains a token with lifelink, which means any damage that they would deal, you gain health. And they attack or defend with him. And then they stay on the board until they die. So that can very quickly rack up more cats, which makes Brimaz stronger. I also have an elf deck. It is currently in the works. It is mostly green. I think there's like a splash of either black or white or both, frankly. I am reworking a zombie deck. I have my life and death deck, which is quite literally what it's called. I continually mess around with myself gaining life and me stealing your life with a variety of different cards. Not a lot of creatures in that one, actually. It's a lot of just field effects that are happening. Currently also working on a Myr deck, MYR. They're these little robots. Essentially, they're like these little robots that are colorless or tend to be colorless, so they could really just use whatever in there. What color is it? Fuck. What color is this? Is it F? It's F. Not sure exactly what my end goal for it is, though. Assumingly, I would want to make its big boss monster, which is a ball of mirrors that are all compiled together, and it basically does like a big board wipe. I could also really have whatever end goal that I wanted. If I wanted it just to be another big creature, if I just wanted to be Horde Wave, if I wanted it to just stall. There's a lot of options I could go with. I most likely want its big boss monster. Basically all that mirrors do, they actually pay, or you can use them like land. So they'll have like different colored mirrors, and they give the ability that you tap them or you turn them, and they give you, I believe, one of whatever color designated they are. So there's like iron, and that one would be like red, and then there's like platinum, that one give you white, and then there's onyx. I don't remember their actual names, but like just example's sake, right? I missed a couple because I'm not paying attention. I feel like I'm missing another one of like decks that I have. Also dismantled a few decks for sure. Like they're out of commission. I don't have them in a deck anymore. Their cards are somewhere in my storage bins. I did have I've learned a dangerous thing tonight. I know. Yeah, I'm a big nerd. Interestingly. Very large nerd. I had E out earlier, didn't I? I had 2 out earlier. I'm seeing a couple 2s that I missed. That's okay, we like nerds here. I sure hope so. Or else you're attending the wrong stream if you don't. A couple 1s. This is all like black, couple ones here, the A here. Can I not pull out E? Might not have. Definitely don't need that. I think we're done with that, done with that. I need 8 for a little bit. Ones, yeah. So that can go back. Done with you. You're done with you. Pretty sure we're about to be done with you. Oh no, fuck. There we go. Done with this one. Weapon. The frame I would need is $40 and I'm debating. I mean, let's see. I am a nerd too, so sitting here thinking of getting 20 cards for a game I don't play just because it has Godzilla on them. I've seen people do less for the same purpose. I've seen people contemplate way less. It's like, ooh, thing, yoink, I'm buying right now, right this second. So, don't you worry. You debating is like the next step that a lot of people miss. Let me get that thing real quick. Yoink! Basically, yeah. Oh fuck. Wait, no, I'm putting back. Okay. 4 H. I do need A still again. Bought some shiny cardboard for a game I play like once every 4 months. Don't worry about it. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, right next, my bank hasn't approved my last paycheck yet. No! Tell them to hurry up. Tell them it's your money. You need it right now. That's why banks are a scam. They withhold your money, your well-earned money. Totally rude. Very uncalled for of them. If it doesn't go through tomorrow, I'm going up Tuesday, but I put it on Friday. Fair. There is like a business wait period. Unfortunately. So that could also be the culprit of, because you put it on Friday, it won't get approved until like today or Tuesday or even Wednesday, which sucks. But that's corporate America for you. Unfortunately. Unfortunate that I get paid on every other Friday and it will come in at like 2 in the morning. I think should be open on Saturdays. It's not the fact that it's open, is that if it's going to be processed, which is a completely different scenario. They can be open, doesn't mean that they're going to process anything. Would it be ideal? Absolutely. Will they do it? Probably not. Unfortunately, probably not. But I've definitely been there. And it sucks. What are you? There. I hope you guys enjoyed my little tangent of Magic the Gathering. Probably wasn't very well explained. I would like to do that in like a more specified stream, I think, where like it's more dedicated to it. Because there's a lot that goes into playing Magic. On surface level, it's very easy. But the more Very informative, but I will not remember. That is okay. Service level, it's relatively easy, especially if you've played other card games. Knowing nothing about Magic is very cool. Thank you, thank you. If you know how to play other card games like Yu-Gi-Oh, like Pokemon, like even like Buddy Card Fighter, like Vice Schwartz, they all have a similar derivative that Magic has, well, more or less patented. So they won't have exact same way of playing, just because Wizards of the Coast said so, but they'll have similar ways of playing where, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh has a cost, but the cost is the actual creatures that you sacrifice for the bigger creatures. Play Dragon Ball Super card game. Yeah, it's very similar to Dragon Ball Super also. Yeah, if you know how to play other card games, you can very easily pick up on Magic. We're getting down to the wire here, where it's now slowly becoming just this that is left. Had a dragon deck? Oh, I did play Yu-Gi-Oh in high school. I thoroughly attempted to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. My biggest complaint with it is because I learned to play Magic first, the lack of keywords, and by that I mean not just like the if, or, and keywords. I mean like legitimate keywords that would be abilities, because some of them do have similar abilities, especially in like the same synergistic creature fashion. The lack of keywords, also that their text is like a paragraph long to explain what their abilities are and do. And as someone that is dyslexic, that is quite challenging and not very imperative. I did date someone for quite a while, and he was very into Yu-Gi-Oh, and he tried his damnedest to really teach me, and I understood a good portion of it. Most of it was just sort of memory to a degree, of like memorizing what cards do what, because again, they do have some similar abilities, especially if you are playing in the same sort of monster creature database. It was very frustrating for me just because of the reading, just because of the text. And then some of the payment for creatures, right? Like you have to sacrifice certain creatures to be able to play bigger, scarier creatures. That was sort of like a weird learning curve. It wasn't bad, it was just like a weird learning curve. But he was very patient. I'm generally a quick learner. Like I learned how to play Fortune Fairies, I believe. Yu-Gi is a card game I play once every 4 months. I just like the art. That's fair. It does have interesting art, I will give it that. It's a different art style. Magic tends to be a little bit more on the realistic end, even though it's very fantastical in nature. Nothing wrong with that, but it does have more realistic art, generally speaking. But he tried very hard to teach me, and it wasn't for me. And that's not his fault. He tried his best. I did like a lot of the art for a lot of the cards. I especially like the cuter art. He did make me a Melfi deck, which is like all these really cute forest critters, like little bunnies, There's like a fennec fox, there was a kitty, a puppy. Some of the cards have really good backstories, like Gagagio. I don't know that one offhand. But I definitely do believe it though, because I know like Blue Eyes, I know Red Eyes, I know like some of like the more popular cards definitely have some intense backstories behind them, which is cool. I do like that they had that sort of like big lore aspect to their cards. Madolche or Bus, yeah, Madolche was like another big one that I knew of, and they're also very cute. The funnier thing, somehow I always end up having decks. I guess it's just also part of my playstyle of having these cute or smaller creatures that somehow morph into this like one big giant scary motherfucker that will decimate you in like 2 turns. But he made me a custom Melfi deck. It was very cute. I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. And because of like repetitive use, right, I would learn what the cards are and what they do. I think the actual like legitimate problem that the deck itself had, like it wasn't his fault, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like game mechanics fault, it was the actual deck itself was just like ratios. Yu-Gi-Oh's fun was random bullshit go and not OTKs. Yes. Highly agree for that one. OTKs suck. And that's where like the competitive scene comes into play, and that's where like I say no thank you. And I fucking dip. I dip real hard. But I did go to tournaments with him, and he would place decently. Not like obviously every tournament will be different, but like sometimes he would place like top 10, sometimes he wouldn't. It is what it is. I also dated a pro Magic player at one point, which is why I got really good at playing Magic. That was back in high school. Well, okay. Semi-pro, sorry. He would go to semi-pro tournaments with professional people, and he would rank quite well, actually. Like, he would always consistently be in the top 10. So that was something. Yeah, I don't know. I just never really got into Yu-Gi-Oh, but I definitely do appreciate it for what it has done and what it, you know, like what breakthroughs it's made in the card gaming industry, the tabletop gaming industry. Professional play so sweaty, yeah, very true. It gets very sweaty very quickly. When it did for Pokemon, it sucked the fun out of the game. I think that's like a general consensus. When there's like professional play for a lot of these card games, it becomes very unfun for most people. I say most because obviously there are professionals that have fun with the game, clearly, as you know, they are professional and they've perfected their craft. So, you know, like props to them. But for me, personally, not my cup of tea. I'll watch them. I'll watch the pros play and I'll be fascinated that they just like know all these things immediately. It's like there's money on the line, so I gotta win, or in my case, I have to win because I'm repping a store. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I can definitely see that being like the big issue as well, where like you have this sort of condition on the line that you have to win, because if you don't, you're losing like hundreds of dollars, or you're trying to represent a specific store, like you have like a local company store that you're trying to represent, and if you lose, well, you know, that's the representation loss for them. Like, does it get word around? Sure, that you're playing for the store, but like, oh, you weren't top 10? Well, I probably won't go to that store because, you know, they don't have people that play well. So I slap people with the shit Diglett deck. What do you mean I gotta play sweaty? No. Imagine losing a sponsorship because your Pokemon whiffed Stone Edge 3 times in a row. God damn. I'd rather shoot myself. I would rather, like, not. I would just rather, like, perish. Which is why I don't play competitive. I don't find it fun. I find it interesting to watch, but I will not do it myself. There we go. Kinda. I'll take it. My old teammates is now in a sponsored Apex team, traded one game for another. You know what? Good for him. Or her. I assume it's him. But good for them. I would attempt to guess, but I don't know what their usernames are, so I don't want to dox them. But, you know, good for them. Yeah, it is him? Okay. His sister plays Pokemon VCG? Oh, is that the, like the PC version? Is that what they call it? Virtual? Is the video game? Why am I not remembering what that is? Oh! Well, okay, like actual, like, Pokemon. Not. Okay. My bad. Whoops. Video game competition? Yeah, that was my thought. I'm like, virtual gaming competition? Like, what does VCG mean? Or VGC? Official tournament circuit for competitive play is known as the Video Game Championships, VGC. Oh, well, good for her. Hope she's kicking asses and taking Pokeballs. Oh, we lost some. Uh-oh. Okay, I think I got them. This one. I feel like I know someone else that did VCG, like actually competitive Pokemon. And I'm like blanking on it right now. I know a few, it's fun to watch them prepare, but I can never sit through those tourneys again. Yeah. I think the same ex that was a semi-pro Magic player was also into Pokemon VCG. I think that's what I'm thinking of. Or that, or his brothers were. It's like similar family concept of like One was card, one was digital. Oh god, there we go. Yeah, the tourneys are rough. I've seen like Smash tourneys for like Smash Bros. Right. They're interesting, they're fun, but oh my god, is it fucking nightmare. Nightmare City. I will never understand how or why people find competitiveness to be entertaining. It's just not my cup of tea. I just play for fun. See, like, I enjoy playing for fun. Like, I'll play Magic for fun. But, like, I'll never understand the enjoyment of playing Magic for what is essentially bragging rights. And for completion, I 100% all Gen 3 Pokemon games. Holy shit. Damn, dude. I understand the completion. I will do completion for games. Especially video games. Like, I will try my damnedest to get 100% in certain games. If I know that it is possible in my, you know, limited range of skill, that I will attempt to 100% something. I'm very slowly working on 100%ing Ori and the Blind Forest. I'm also slowly working on 100%ing Hollow Knight and Cult of the Lamb. The things that I'm missing are like the really hard, relatively speaking, right, harder achievements, like for Cult of the Lamb, getting no hits for the main 4 bosses, right, for each bishop. You Twitter post a long time ago about it. Oh shit, dude. Hell yeah. There we go. But yeah, like I'll do completions. I don't find that to be competitive. I think that's more just like my brain sees it more as like a puzzle, not like a challenge per se, but like a puzzle of like, what do I need to do in order to achieve this desired outcome. Which is also why I like puzzle games, because it works my brain in a way that I enjoy. I also enjoyed looping back, I enjoyed making decks for Magic, and it fueled the little part of like my brain that likes puzzles, because it was always in my mind piecing together a puzzle in such a specific way of like, okay, how do I want this deck to function? How do I want this to work? How will I achieve that by, you know, getting certain cards or getting certain colors to do that? I remember having a Hydra deck, which was a rainbow deck, and it utilized every color because its end goal was to make this giant 20 health, 20 defense Hydra called Primordial Hydra, and it costed 2 of every color to get it out on the field. And it was competitively viable for the time. Back in like 2014. About my Living Dex post? You may link it. You should have permission. You're VIP. You should be fine. And that, like, I enjoyed working on that because it gave my brain a puzzle to work on of like how would I go about achieving this in the most efficient way possible. How would I be able to achieve making a gigantic game-ending Hydra efficiently and it's as quickly as possible? And it was a bit of a challenge. Even just like playing it was a bit of a challenge because you wanted everything to the things you wanted to draw, right, were very specific. You had like land searching, so you could like go through your deck, see if you can pull out specific lands. Hi Coping Cat, welcome in. I'm doing some diamond painting and talking about various trading card games like Pokemon and Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you like all that shit, welcome in. If not, I understand if you leave. But it was fun to play. It's fun to play to see if I could achieve, you know, getting this gigantic primordial Hydra within a certain amount of turns so that I could knock my opponent out and down of the game. Why does this feel so like crowded? Where's my little... I had like a little like wooden tool that I would use to like straighten some of these rows out. So it feels like it's overcrowded. Found it took me 860-ish hours to 100% ruby, sapphire, emerald, fire red, and leaf green combined. Holy shit. That is dedication, and I am frankly very impressed. That is truly something to be proud of, I think. I think that is a very great accomplishment. Yeah. Kill them all. Hi, welcome back. The only thing that is being killed is my opponents in various card games. Oh yeah, we never really played Magic. I think we did like a little bit online, but we never really actually played any Magic in person, I don't believe. I think also that you were more into Commander, and I was not very into Commander. And by that I mean I'm still not into Commander, but it is a highly sought format. For whatever reason. Commander takes too long. It does. It really do. It actually can take literal hours. Makes me feel stinky. Yeah. Commander feels very sweaty. At least to me, it feels very sweaty. And I don't like the sweaty. Sweaty, no fun. I like the games that last long. I love playing with my food. Makes sense. Makes sense. Can confirm. I don't necessarily mind the long con. I mind the people, and I've encountered this a lot, so I have valid reason in saying this. I mind the people that take really long turns where like they take legitimately 30 minutes to set up their board and their like playing field. I mind that because I'm sitting there either doing nothing or constantly on edge to see if I can ever interrupt them, and very rarely can I because they have counter builds in that. I don't like it when people don't have a turn. Exactly, like they're spending 30 minutes to figure out what the fuck they're doing. That just feels like a waste of time. All those games I ended up winning, so they wasted both our times. Oh, tragic. This happened to me in Yu-Gi and Magic. Yeah, exactly. At least announce what you're doing in an entertaining sense. That's true. I definitely agree on that. If you are a communicative player in something like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, it's definitely better than just having me sit in awkward silence waiting for something, and to see if I can even counter or plan around whatever this thing is that you're getting. There's a dude in a recent Yu-Gi-Oh tournament this year who won a regional with Exodia and always found out Exodia obliterate. Then they made an unsportsmanlike conduct to say that after it because of what the fuck? That's so mean. That's just funny as hell. Also, I'm surprised that Exodia is still allowed in tournaments. That feels like it shouldn't be. That's so funny. What the fuck? How dare they say that's unsportsman conduction. What? That's not a word. Can't believe they fucking sniped the dude in the fucking alley. That's so insane. That's so tragic. That was not called for. If you win Exodia, it should be mandatory to yell at Exodia, obliterate! I agree. That should be a mandatory, like, win cost. If you have all 5 pieces of Exodia, you have to yell out Exodia, obliterate, or else it doesn't count. And you have to wait a turn. You have to wait a turn for every turn that you don't do it. Oh, I will say, an entertaining thing that Magic does is they purposefully make joke sets that have like these obscenely ridiculous rules on some cards. And they're called the sets, so it's like, oh god, I'm blanking on all of them. Such a fucking fake and a fraud. I think it's like Fuck, I can't remember them. What the fuck are you called? OTG sets. Give me a recent one too. Unglued, unhinged, unstable. I made one recently. What was the most recent one? Unfinity. Unsanctioned. I think Unfinity is the most recent one. Basically, they're a bunch of cards. They're technically legal in certain formats. And they have these weird and ridiculous rules attached to them for most of them. There is a card called Shoe Tree where for however many cards, unpossible, thank you, for however many shoes are on the card, it gains that many +1/+1s. If a shoe were to fall off of that card, it loses that +1/+1. They're like super goofy, super silly. I have like a list of them here. Let's see. Yeah, it's rockets at one point. That's just like a whole thing. Oh, there was a set. I couldn't tell you which one, but it was one of them. They made multiple prints of a card, but they had different text on them. So it'd be the same card, it'd be called the same exact card with the same art, same flavor text, but they would have different abilities. So one's called Knight of the Kitchen Sink, Artifact Creature, Cyborg Knight, First Strike, Protection from Various Change. So one is black bordered cards, which is like normal standard cards. Even collector numbers, which is in like the card text. Protection from loose lips, nothing. What? What the fuck? Shut. Get out of here. I can't read. Nothing with an open mouth in its artwork can block, target, deal damage to, or attack to this creature. Or attach to this creature. What the fuck? Odd collector numbers. 2 worded names. Nothing with exactly 2 words in its name can block, target, blah blah blah. Hyphenated words are 1 word. Watermarks, which is like a little symbol in like the card text area. Like there's such weird variants for a bunch of different cards. I'm trying to find there's one that I remember, but I want to make sure that I'm quoting it correctly. That's not it. Where is it? I think Blacker Lotus is from an onset. Which Buzz had mentioned earlier, you do have to rip it in pieces. Yeah, Blacker Lotus. Tap to activate or turn it to activate. Tear Blacker Lotus into pieces. Add 4 mana of any one color to your mana pool. Play this ability as a mana source. Remove the pieces from the game afterwards. It is a 0 cost. You have to physically rip the card into 4 pieces, and it gives you 4 mana for each, you know, like each piece is 1 mana. You can absolutely make a joke deck. It might not be legal to play, but you can absolutely make one. And they're so like goofy silly. There's a whole city of asses, and they're all donkeys. With also varied effects of asses. There's smartass, dumbass, fuck, I don't remember all the asses. You could play with friends. Oh, 100%. You could play with friends. Get silly goofy with the friends. City of Asses, which is I believe a mana source. Yes. Yeah, there it is. City of Ass. It comes into play tapped, which means it comes in horizontal. Tap it, add 1 and 1/2 mana of any one color to your mana pool, because all the ass cards cost a half. Or no, they don't. Some of them do. I think that was like, oh no, they have half points. So there's Smartass, has 2.5 power and 1 toughness. It's legal if you can convince your opponent that it is. Hey, we're not playing in tournaments. You can say whatever the fuck you want. Oh yeah, there's Ass Squatch. Donkey Lord. There's a whole bunch of like silly cards. Literally, if you look up MTG unsets or uncards, you'll find a whole plethora of them. And for a long time, I think even currently, the foil lands go for quite a bit of money. Donkey Lord sounds good as fuck. An Ass Lord? Sure, why not? Oh, sticky. Oh, get out of there. Start keeping them all lined up well enough that you can actually get every little dot that's there. I never did make a joke on set just because some of the cards are hard to come by, and also some of the cards, if you just like try to pull like the packs themselves are kind of expensive because they're much older sets. The most recent one, which is I just saw it earlier too. Fuck. What are you called? It's the space one. Get out of here. Unfinity. It has to do with space clowns and space carnivals. So take that for what you will, I suppose. Oh my god. Yeah, Asquatch. It's real. They're real cards. They were printed. They exist. They're probably also expensive. But they're certainly real. Yeah, halves. They give 1/2/1/2 of toughness and defense to other, I believe, other S cards is what that was. Just fucking googling shit right now. Yeah, other donkeys get +1/2/1/2. 1 and 1/2, excuse me. Whenever another donkey enters the battlefield, untap target creature and gain control of it until the beginning of the next end phase. End step, whatever, same shit. That creature gains haste until the beginning of the next end step. It's not even $3. Oh shit. Well, it's also older, and it's also not viable for play. For like tournament. So that makes sense. Yeah, fuck it, you know, make an ass deck, dude. Live your silly card deck dreams. I was gonna say something and I forgot what it was. But it had to do with Magic. Because that's I guess today's topic is Magic the Gathering. Oh yeah, I never made an unset because there wasn't a theme that I wanted to work around. And there's definitely like a lot of options that can be worked around in those like silly joke sets. I just never found one that I wanted to. Granted, I'm unique in the way that I make decks. I make them very thematical. So they will usually have one archetype. So example, elves or rats, where the majority of creatures and things relating to those creatures will be in accordance to that type. So if I want to make an elf deck, which I have one, but if I were to make another elf deck, most of the creatures would be elves, and most of the enchantments and lands and spells and whatever would be in relation to assisting my elves. Rats! Yeah, with my rat deck, all the creatures, or the majority of my creatures, are all rats. The only one that isn't a rat can be classified as a rat because of the ability that it has. Rats! Yeah, someone look up rat colony. You'll see what I was talking about earlier, where I can have an unlimited number of rat colony in my deck instead of the standard 4. Rats, rats, we're the rats. I love me some rats. They're just silly little guys. Does that feel like that shouldn't be there? What if a deck is just nothing but rat colonies and some land to play them? That would constitute as a deck. If you have the mana to play them and you got the rats to play, that constitute as a deck. Interestingly, you don't need, there's not a standard amount of anything to build a deck, which is also like a lot of creative freedom. Because I know for like I think Pokemon has this limit where like you actually need to have a minimum number of energy in order for the deck to be legal to play, and you cannot deviate from it. I think it's like a very strict number. For Magic, you don't even have to have mana technically. You can just have a lot of zero cost cards. You can have artifacts that are zero cost and can make yourself mana that aren't actually like land. You don't need to have creatures, you don't need to have certain spells or abilities. You can just throw whatever you want in there and it will technically be a deck. Whether it functions well is based on how you build it, and that can be a lot of just like trial and error or synergies and what your goal of the deck is. But you can really build deck however you want. There's no wrong way to build it. The only wrong way is if it can't function. Oh, damn it. There we go. Going to the Discord layer if you want to add Connor. So Pocket TCG is cool because it throws out the energy cards and says you have a generated pool of energy, one per turn. You decide what kinds it can spawn. Oh, okay. That is quite nice. You don't have to worry about mediating energy for your decks, that's actually quite nice. I think I did potentially know that. That sounds familiar in my brain. I think another friend had mentioned that as well. I don't know. I will think about it. I will think about it. I definitely would want it for like the collecting aspect, because I've seen like the some of the full arts have animations that are really cute or really cool depending on the Pokemon and the art that it has. I know there is a prize that if you get like all 151 like first gen, you get like a full art Mew, and it has like a special animation with it, which is really cute. It is like a nice driving incentive. Don't do it. Give me one good reason to not do it. I think that's how you get the Mew. I could be wrong. I've only heard positives of the game besides, you know, various other things. Because I said not to? Question mark? You know what? Valid point. You did say not to. That's 1 point for no. I've had many strikes for yes, though, to do it. That's pretty good dang good reason. You're right. I do trust your word as a very wise rat man. Oh, fuck. Almost lost one. You would never lie to me. I trust you, Orion. You would never lie to me, right? Smile. Complete the Kanto Pokedex? Yeah. Okay, so I was right. You complete the 151. No, I gotta do it? Fuck. Man. I'll think on it. I'll sleep on it. I'll get back to you in the morning. Yep. Oh, fuck. We're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting to the completion of this section, because it's all the same one color. It's all just this color. If I don't fucking lose all of them. So I feel like several that came up. Some of them came out of a little spot from before. That's okay. They can be rethrown in there. It's a little hard to make sure that they stick there, especially after the adhesive has dried up a little bit. Mayhaps I will go into Pokemon TCG. I did hear, it's probably not the case anymore, but I did hear for like a little bit when it was starting up, people had issues logging in. I don't believe that is true any longer. I think they patched that. I think they fixed that out. At least for like the majority, because I know like Arma had to like restart his account. I think a couple other friends had to figure out some of their accounts as well. Some of the overseas friends that aren't in the US, I think, had some problems on the international side of things. God damn it. Stay in there. Get in there. I have no idea what to talk about now. I don't want to bore you guys too much with my not in-depth knowledge of Magic the Gathering, because again, I would want to save that for another day that is like more specifically dedicated to it. Same for Pokemon, but like IRL Pokemon, my giant binder of a Pokedex. I need another 7 hours of Magic the Gathering tips and tricks and lore. Well, I can give you a rundown of the lore, because the lore itself is actually interesting. There are these, I'm not exactly sure what they call them, prior? I would be assuming wizards or magicians of some sort, that can use their libraries, their deck of spells, their repertoire of magic, called planeswalkers. And as the name suggests and implies, they have the ability, in one way, shape, or form, to cross planes of existence, and sort of traverse different worlds in that way. Which is why, when you see a magic set, a lot of them seem, initially, they seem that they're sort of random, or they don't really make sense outside of insider knowledge. And that is because they kind of are and they're kind of not. The reason for it is because they are different planes of existence. So, for example, the city of Ravnica is on a plane of existence, and it is a different plane of existence than it is Ixali or Ixol, which is just like another plane of existence. There are different planeswalkers, different characters that are from different planes, and they have their own various backstories. Some of them are quite tragic, some of them are not too bad, but a lot of them do have some sort of face of tragedy that sort of guided them to the path that they are on, and the type of magics that they use. A example is of his name is Jace. He is a blue planeswalker. He primarily uses blue magic and blue decks, and he deals with a lot of counter spells. He deals with a lot of protection magic, and his backstory basically boils down to, I don't know every single detail offhand, but it more or less boils down to the way that he was taught via his, I believe, a teacher of sorts, taught him how to use this sort of magic of protection for good. You want to protect the ones that you love, the ones that you care for, and if used incorrectly, can actually backfire and damage people and hurt people, which is sort of where like negate spell comes in, which is actually just called negate, or counter spell. Certain spells like that where it will cancel someone's magic but can also deal damage to them for this sort of cost. And he took that very much to heart, and he said, okay, I will only use this magic for good. I don't want to hurt people. I want to help the world and become this upstanding, almost like hero-esque, but not like not to that degree. He just wanted to help people. He just wanted to be like a nice person. And unfortunately, while he was practicing this magic one day with his teacher, he did something wrong and ultimately ended up severely hurting or killing, I don't quite remember, his teacher. And so he was very upset with himself, and he started to get very upset and very depressed. And at some point, a planes portal had opened up, which is basically how you travel between individual planes of existence, and someone had come out of that portal and said, "Hi, my name is so and so." I don't remember who exactly came out, but I want to say that it might be Chandra. She said, "Hi, my name's Chandra. I'm here to help you, and I am your friend." And thus sort of started a chain reaction of Chandra and Jace going around to different planes and finding these different planeswalkers because they have a specific magic read on them. So not everyone can be a planeswalker, but you can be born with the ability to be one. Sort of like in My Hero Academia. That's like a very loose example. Like if you have a very specific genetic trait, you can have powers, but if you don't have it, then you're kind of fucked. So basically they went around, they found these other people that have these abilities or have the potential to have these abilities, and they banded a little team together. So you have each one for each different color, right? Jace is blue, Chandra is red. They eventually get to Liliana, who is black, a Johnny that is white, and green kind of flops between a couple characters. Nissa is one of them, or Nissa is one of them. I don't know how to exactly pronounce her name. Vivian is another one. But that is more or less the story of Planeswalkers, is that they're these individual people that, through some sort of blessing, through some sort of happenstance, were able to awaken these Planeswalker powers and to cross into other planes to help save that world from some sort of disaster or impending doom. They don't all have to be people, though. A Johnny is not a person. A Johnny is a giant white lion tiger man. Take like a literal actual white lion and put him on his back 2 legs. That is what a Johnny looks like, but like really beefed up. Like he's a very built man. There are other planeswalkers that are dragons. There's one called Ugin. There's another one called Nico Bolas. It's not Nico, it's Nicole. Nikol, Bolas. They are also planeswalkers. They can traverse the planes just like other people do. Most of them tend to be human, however. I think just sort of by happenstance. The Ravnica D&D campaign I was in, my character was apparently on his way to pissing Jace off. Yes, that probably sounds right. Core, hi! Welcome in. You're just in time to hear me explain some Magic the Gathering lore in very loose terms. I don't remember all the lore. I know just like general bits and pieces. But hi, hello. Magic the Gathering. Yeah, I used to date a semi-pro player back in high school. He was also in high school, to preface. He was like a couple grades older than I was. And I learned how to play Magic from a semi-pro Magic player, so I had a very good understanding of it. And I played until, I want to say a couple years ago is when it started to like decline. My character's goal was basically to eradicate the guild system because he felt it was causing too much strife. That would make sense. Go to bed, Stinky? You go to bed, Stinky. Also, hi, Kyler. Welcome in. You don't want to hear me yap about Magic the Gathering lore that I only have a vague understanding and knowledge of? I could tell you how to play Magic the Gathering with no, you know, no real issues. Lore-wise, there are comics. Fuck Magic. Fuck WotC. I understand that. Yeah, not a lot of people are not too big of fans of WotC, and I understand why. And personally, I agree. Unfortunately, that is part of a reason that I stopped playing Magic. The other part was just like I was starting to lose interest in it after having played it for many, many years. Very money hungry, very power hungry company. But I do still have my decks. I haven't dismantled all of them. I'm very slowly making another deck. Jace is a bitch. He has good meaning, alright? He means well. That's all I got. He means well. He just means well. The characters did obviously evolve in the comics to have some strife with each other, or someone had to leave for, you know, XYZ reason, like familial, or there's too much strife in the group that they had, or I think at one point like they actually start dying. They brought Gideon back? No. I think Gideon is still a dead bitch for Liliana. Which, you know, kudos to her. She got, you know, like this huge jacked idiot to work for her. So, you know, it's good for her. He's primarily just like a meat wall. The Jatis League. Imagine sacrificing yourself to her. Okay, you know what? She has like the biggest simp fan base of my understanding, at least in my area. So you know, once the campaign fizzled out, I told my DM that my plans, and he said what I had would probably have worked. The goal is to work the way up the Dimir ladder, and either to get the leader on his side or to become the leader. And then there was a plan to outsmart Izzet's leader, which he said would have a good shot at working. I love Niv Mizzet. Niv Mizzet's awesome. With Jace telling you all this terrible shit she's done. She's hot, but she's a bad person. Oh, she's a horrible person. Absolutely horrible. She, I believe, killed her own brother so that she could see if she could reanimate him into a zombie on purpose, and succeeded. She's not a good person. Not by a long stretch of the means. And yet she has so many sims. So many sims. I think it's just like the goth mommy kind of thing. Yeah, it's a little bit of brother murdering between siblings. You know what? That's very sibling behavior, and I agree. I don't have that issue with my own sibling. I just have a brother. Don't have that with them, thankfully. But I see it. I've seen other sibling dynamics, and it would make sense. She used to be a healer. I know. There is a white card of he was dying and some dude gave her a potion. Oh, there we go. That's what it was. Yeah, she used to be a healer. Yeah, there is a white card of Liliana, but it's a flip card. Flip cards have their own like conditions to flip it into the other backside. So you wouldn't have like the Magic the Gathering logo on the back. You would actually have another card on the reverse side. Which I had that card of her for a while. I have like 4 flip Jaces. Oh god, why? He's gonna go around and either get the leaders to agree with him or defeat them, and that probably would not fly. Ugh. With Jace, he may have been the final boss at that point. Probably. Tristol, them at the time? Yeah. I think a lot of... Did they have a flip for like each one of like the main, or like the OG trios, like of Chandra, Lily, Jace, Johnny? No, there's not a flip of Johnny, is there? I play blue. I'm a Rakdos player. Ew. Rakdos. What was that? Green and black? No. Gideon. Oh, Gideon was the white flip. Okay. Black red. Is Golgari the black and green? I just flip them. I think it's Golgari. That's black and green. That's what I was thinking of. I like Orzhov. Orzhov is my dual cup of tea for its silly hee hee ha ha purposes. Start playing in Fate Reforged when it's 3-color decks. Tricolor is interesting. I don't remember the color combo names for tricolors. I remember more of the Ravnica guilds. So they were just like the pairs. I don't remember all of them, I just remember them more. I don't remember the names for the tricolor, and I know there's names for 4-color. And then rainbow is obviously if it's all 5. But I don't remember their names. Pulling Ugin was a 10 out of 10 moment, I bet. Ugin's pretty busted in like a lot of iterations that he's in. Oh, thank you for water. And thank you for headpats. I'll take that in a second here. Thank you. I have been yapping for quite a bit. So we are nearing our little section. We only got like this sort of like L shape missing right now. And then like the last little bit will be here, and then it'll be all done. And that'll be saved for another hand cam stream. Did Zeddy quit if I got him? What? As did my roommate at the time, so it was a bigger crack hit than usual. Gotcha. Water good. Yeah, I'm assuming I'd be able to finish in the next one, which the majority, from what I can tell, is this color, this set of gems. The whole majority of this thing was like this color of gems, which is why that bag had so many in it. Lucy mousepad when there is demand and I can make profitable merch and have reason to make profitable merch. I have a drawing. Oh fuck, I have a drawing out for it. I've made a design for it. I can very easily get like a printed one off of like Amazon if I so chose, but there is no high demand for a Lucy mousepad, and so there is not one, at least not yet. Why, you want a goon to it? Want a goon to it, Stinky Scotsman? Won't be me buying shit. Shipping to UK is wild, that's true. Unfortunately, international shipping is expensive. What the fuck? That was like really bad placement there. I'm pretty sure I posted the art on Twitter that I initially had the idea for. And it would be like a booba mouse pad. Shipping cross country in the US is already mad expensive. I don't even want to imagine internationally. Oh yeah, I guess still like an insane amount. Like it is quite ridiculous. Easily like $20+ for international, I think. Lucy Goon Pet. What keeps them in? Is it a press fit or do they recess in? What? Are hand cam clips okay? Of course. If it is a stream, it is fine. Plus you don't see my face. The important part is you don't see my face. You only see my hands. The picture thing? I don't fucking remember. Little gem things you put on paper. Oh. There's like a sticky glue. And they're actually like little gems. Can I like I don't know if you can like see that, but like it is actually like a little gem piece. They're so tiny. I don't know if this is like even like visible, but it's like a little gem piece that you like stick and they stick onto the little sticky bit. It's sort of like a paint by number, but with little fake gems. I would not think that these are like actual real diamonds because it would cost a lot more than $10 to $20 that my roommate paid for multiple of these. It cost a whole lot more if they were like actual real gems. I'm pretty sure. So they're these like little plasticky fake gems. And then I don't know what this like little like red part is in here. Yeah, I think it's like some sort of like wax. It's not really sticky, it just kind of holds the gems in place while you take them from the little tray to the canvas. But the wax itself is not sticky. It just kind of feels like rubbery. Like a sort of like a rubber band, but like a little bit thicker. They're just there for adhesive purpose. Just to help guide from one to another. Obviously the tray is for keeping it organized and clean. They also have little, you might be wondering why they're kind of lined up neatly in the tray. They have these very tiny lines and ridges on the inside. Sorry, I found a piece of wax. They have these like little lines and ridges that help kind of keep them in neat rows. Little holy grooves, yeah. I don't know if I doesn't focus very well, but like if you I don't think you can see it because it's just like white. There's like little like ridges that hold them in straight lines. It is quite relaxing. The detriment is because you are holding this pencil-like thing, it can sort of lead to carpal tunnel. Or like something similar. So you should really only do this for like a short period of time. However, I've done 4-hour interval sessions every time that I've done these. So my hands are fine. Probably. My hands were kind of already fucked as they are anyway, so I'm not, you know, not too worried over it. Core, go sleep. Core can do whatever Core wants, alright? Core can go to bed when Core is tired. No, you. Yeah, Kyler, you go to bed. Sleep is quite nice. It is, but forced sleep is not very nice. Forced sleep, very bad. Not without you? Tell me you two are sleeping in the same bed? And I wasn't invited? That's crazy. I'm out here working my butt off, trying to individually place these little gems to keep our house afloat, and I can't even share a bed with you guys? That's crazy. Slumber party? Fuck yeah. Slumber party! Yippee! I know, the audacity. Orion? Ban them. Don't actually ban them, please. Please don't. Slumber party. Man, I don't remember the last time I had a slumber party. And by that I mean slept over at someone's house for like platonic funsy times. Of like, oh, like a longtime friend, and we're gonna have a day where we both don't work. We're gonna play games. We're gonna have like pizza for dinner, some shit, and just like, you know, like when you're kids, same kind of feeling. Yeah, boss. Go on Twitter, see Christian is trending. Why? Oh no. It's been atomized by a random. I expect no less, thank you. Do I want to know? You clicked it? You clicked it, Connor? Connor, do you need therapy? Do you want to talk about it, bud? You okay? You're right there. I have a vague feeling it is that Chris Chan is getting out of prison. I'm morbidly curious. If you want to talk, my DMs are open to you, Chief. I think I have a knowledge that he might be getting released from prison from what he did to his mother, his elderly mother. Oh, he's been out. Oh, then I'm fucking late. What? Okay, well, what'd he do? I'm here. We're on stream. I'm listening. What happened? See, he's not very right in the head. Like this dude, Christian, he needs some help. Like a lot of help. Okay, gonna do a nice little pat down and take a nice little clean napkin, excuse me, that I got here. And let me try and summarize. Do your best. Oh, I went too far. Too far on that side. I know there's a lot of like, probably can't tell too bad, but there's like a lot of like fuzzies that are on this like lower border. That is from me. That is from most likely my robe and cat fur and other various fuzzies of some sort. Cat floofs, but we have a nearly completed piece. They sent a thing that either means girlfriend is pregnant and expected in summer, or they're going to be trying and expect an announcement in summer. Christian has a girlfriend? There's so many questions to that, like how and why, and like if you that's my first sentence, like if you know who Christian is, what would be the thought process to go and think like, oh yeah, not how and why, who? That's like, that's included sort of in that process, right? Like who is the person that had this process and how and why did they get to that process and think, yeah, sure, definitely. Who matches that level of crazy? Not me. Definitely not me. No sir. Anyway, so we have our lovely little gem painting. It is like 80% done, I would say. You can definitely tell from like further away that it is like this really cute cat, witchy cat. Very shiny, very sparkly, very glittery. Definitely when you're like up close, as like you kind of have with pixel art, right? Like it does sort of lose a little bit of that form, but it's very cute, very cute, very on brand. Your girlfriend's name is Mom. Oh, ew. Are we certain GF is real? Possibly. Wizard kitty, witchy kitty. Eevee. So yeah, we're like, I want to say 80%, maybe slightly more. Like we got like this last little like 10% possibly. And that can definitely be done the next time I do a hand cam stream. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you had a lovely time. Thank you for joining me for dinner, and thank you for joining me for this. It's nice to it's actually quite nice to do this again. I don't know why I stopped doing it besides the yapping. Thank you for joining us. Well, I try. We chillin', thank you. Thank you for the water. I knew that was coming eventually. I'm not even going to say anything with that. Let's see. Zombie Bites is online playing I'm Only Sleeping. Chill music and sleep. I don't know if she's actually sleeping. Surprised it took this long. Yeah, it usually did. It usually does. I've done like 4-hour increments is like Basically about like a fifth every time. 1/5 per part. But let's go say hi to oh. Yeah, it's a little surprising that it took Kylie this long to go say these nuts. Fuck. Spell her name. Z. There we go. Okay. You guys can go ahead and copy one of those. First one's for subscribers, second one's for followers. We're gonna go say hi to Zombie. She is a cyber I don't exactly remember her quote. I know she's a cyber cat girl, cyber virus perhaps. She's super nice, very friendly. Go say hi to her. Mostly just lurking because talking is stressful sometimes. True. Very true. But thank you all again for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow. We're starting a lot of collabs next week. So tomorrow is potentially the final Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga collab with Kai and friends. I'll be back Wednesday for an Archipelago collab. I'll be playing Hollow Knight modded with a bunch of other friends, and they'll be playing various other games. And then Sunday, I believe, is another free day, so I will figure out what I will be doing Sunday. But I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye!